Did you like the little meme I sent in the chat about playing games that like I actually want to test my skill against something and not just a big fuck? And then it was the meme of like big giant dragon lord or whatever. Oh, this is great. Someone who's just a dude with a sword. Fuck. Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I did talk about that one.
That's how I feel about Elden Ring. Where I'm like, this isn't you know. That's how I feel.
A lot of big monsters as far as boss designs go.
Big monsters. Now, that's not true 100%. I've seen lots of variants of monsters, but usually they're quite big.
Yeah. And the big thing is that like a lot of assets are reused for mini bosses, which is going to be the main type of bosses you fight. So it just ends up being more of those
open world game. Not every boss is on the same level. Like they're small, like lesser. What are they? They've even titled lesser and greater enemy felled or some shit like that.
Yeah, enemy. It'll be like great enemy felled or enemy felled
or enemy felled. Yeah. So like clearly like there's a categorization of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fine, but it's just like. I mean, we'll get into it, but like I've touched Sekiro, and already that complaint out the fucking window.
Well, yeah, it does the exact opposite.
Yeah,
where there's more of that than there is big monsters.
Yeah. But there are still big monsters.
Yeah, there's a good.
Guess what? I don't like fighting
the giant big monsters.
The giant big monsters.
And granted, Sekiro's gameplay doesn't really lend well to the giant boss fights, more so than any other Souls game.
That's true, because it's all counter-based instead of, evading and
it feels less cool when you're doing it against giant monsters opposed to cool sword fights with others, samurai or ninja.
I don't know, man. It felt pretty good every time I countered Margaret the Great.
Yeah? Yeah, it did.
Felt pretty cool every time I did it.
You can't do that to every boss.
And you know what? Dumb. I don't know.
Elden Ring. Dumb Elden Ring?
All right, Connor. Should we get into it? I think we shall get into it. What's poppin', players? Welcome back to the Two Penny Gamescast. You know what I've dropped?
What?
I haven't said let's drop some cents on them in a while, have we?
You're early enough to reference not doing that.
Yeah.
But you can't do it this episode. So you can't say
now I can't. Yeah, But it's something that should be amended, right? Because I liked that. That was cute.
Yeah, you can do it next week.
Do that thing that I told you about last week with your hair.
I did it on the way here, and then my hair does the natural thing, which is
it just gets kind of floopy. Yeah, you look like the fucking antagonist of Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, come on, that's not even cool. Yeah. That's not even a cool.
Also, now your hair's like all over the place. Just get yourself in order here, man. Get yourself in order.
What's my hair looking like over there? Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Yep.
Something. Okay. What's poppin', players? Welcome back to the Two Penny Gamescast, your video game news show that I am your host, Tavin Bothel. I'm trying different things with the intro, and now none of it's working. None of it's fucking working, Connor. Let's get.
We should just jump right into it.
Try it. Listen, I'm your host, Tavin Bothel, here with my good friend and co-host, Connor Elliott. Say hello to the people, Connor.
Hello.
And if you didn't know, every week, me and Connor sit down at this table, and we give you the new news concerning the video game industry. We each come to you with two topics, 2 pennies, if you will, and we give you our 2 cents on them. You can get this show every Monday, 8 a.m. Central Time, youtube.com/2pennygamescast, or mainstream podcast services of your choice. But if just hearing us talk about video games isn't enough, you want to watch us be gamers, well, go hop over to twitch.tv/2pennygames, where every week we stream video games live. Sometimes I do it solo, and it's just me hanging out, playing Lego Star Wars or something. Or sometimes, specifically every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Time, me and my good buddy Phil sit down and we run a little show called Hype, Have You Ever Played?, in which one of us shows the other a video game that they've never played before. That show is on hiatus right now, but it will be back very, very soon. But to get a kind of a taste of what that show is like, right now, bit by bit, our Metal Gear Solid 3 playthrough is going live on the youtube.com/2pennygamescast right now as we speak. Please go check that out. It's Phil's first time playing my favorite video game of all time, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. But enough of that. Connor, let's drop some sense on him. Let's get into the news. Connor, it's excitement time, Connor, for me at least. I'm excited.
You're bursting at the seams.
I'm bursting at the seams. Am I, though? We'll find out. All right, listen. My first penny of the day. Amy Henning is returning to Star Wars. So we're pulling a Polygon article by Michael McWhorter. Somehow, Amy Hennig has returned to Star Wars. That's a reference.
Yeah.
You didn't see that movie, but maybe you saw the
Oh,
memes.
that's a reference to that? Wait, what's it? Somehow.
This is a reference to Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
Damn it.
Infamous moment in which the movie tries to explain to the audience how Emperor Palpatine has returned. And they have the pivotal character, Poe Dameron, say, somehow Palpatine has returned. And that's it. That's all we get. That's about all we get. Someone says Sith magic, someone says cloning, someone says something else, and that's it. What a terrible movie. Anyways, somehow but this potentially not terrible news. A new Star Wars game is in development at Skydance New Media, the interactive studio founded in 2019 by game director Amy Hennig. Lucasfilm Games and Skydance announced Tuesday. It's a return to the Star Wars franchise for Hennig, who had previously worked with the franchise at EA's Visceral Games on an ambitious but ultimately canceled project set in a galaxy far, far away. Skydance New Media describes its untitled Star Wars project as a, quote, richly cinematic action-adventure game featuring an original story, but did not reveal specifics. No titles, no release date, or platforms were announced. Quote, I've often described how seeing Star Wars in 1977 essentially rewired my 12-year-old brain, shaping my creative life and future indubitably. Hennig said in a news release, quote, I'm elated to be working with Lucasfilm Games again to tell interactive stories in this galaxy that I love. Hennig co-founded Skydance New Media, a division of the production company best known for its work in film and television with Julian Beek, a veteran of EA whose credits include Battlefield Hardline, Need for Speed, and Visceral's Star Wars game. When the studio was revealed, it said it hoped to, quote, reach gamers and non-gamers alike on emerging streaming platforms with new story-focused interactive series that will employ state-of-the-art computer graphics to provide that visual fidelity of television and film, but with an active, lean-in experience that puts the audience in the driver's seat. According to Tuesday's news release, Skydance New Media has since grown to include developers and artists with decades of AAA experience in action and adventure gaming, as well as a diverse team of creative consultants from the worlds of film, television, games, and comics. Skydance New Media announced its first project, an untitled Marvel game, last fall. Hennig and team described that project as a narrative-driven, blockbuster action-adventure game featuring a completely original story and take on the Marvel Universe. Now, Connor, Amy Hennig, best known, I believe, for her work on the Uncharted trilogy. She was the head game developer and director of those first three games. The first one being cool, second one being one of the greatest games of all time, and the third one also being great, but some would say, like myself, not as great. This is exciting to me. One, because, sure, an Uncharted game, but Star Wars, that sounds great. It sounds like we're not getting what we were going to get with the Visceral game, of course. That's probably all locked up with red tape and, none of the story, the characters, the gameplay mechanics, whatever they were making then is not going to translate to now. It just can't. No. EA's got that on lock and key. That's going to sit in a drawer somewhere collecting dust. But, maybe some of those ideas will come through. Who knows?
I mean, undoubtedly, when you work on a Star Wars game and you get the ideas flowing, even if things weren't exactly set in stone and then it got canceled and it is all that red tape preventing you from doing things.
Oh, from what we know, that game was very close.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, that game was. That game was very far along in development and was very it was playable.
Yeah.
It was in a playable state and then gone. Sucks.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is in this era of EA Star Wars games. But, very clearly, EA, with their exclusivity deal running up, it's very clear that Lucas Game, what do they call themselves? Lucasfilm Games?
Lucasfilm Games.
Has no intention of re-upping that subscription and is, jumping around and doing a whole bunch of things. So, with this, I'm excited. I'm interested. I would like to see what that is, even though I do have the complaint that not every Star Wars game needs to be a third-person action game or a first-person shooter. Which is why, though, I am interested and excited for this, mostly just because Amy Henning has, pedigree with Uncharted, and I love Uncharted, so I would ideally love this because I love Star Wars. It's not like the most like exciting thing on the horizon for video games with Star Wars to me.
Sure.
The article does go on to say this is one of 5 now announced Star Wars games. 3 of which are being heralded by Respawn. One of which is the Jedi Fallen Order sequel. Another one is a first-person shooter. And then the third, they're working with, I forget the name. Maybe they say it down here. Strategy game co-developed with BitReactor, studio founded by former XCOM developers. So an XCOM-based Star Wars game. That one is the one that I'm actually most excited for because I don't need an action adventure or first person shooter Star Wars game all the time. And I love XCOM, so that sounds great. And then of course, Quantic Dream's interactive storytelling Star Wars Eclipse, which who knows if we're even going to get at that point. We've covered on this show that they're having trouble finding people to even work on it. When to expect this? Fuck if I know, dude. Like, what even is Skydance Media? Like, what do they specialize in? What are they working in? They're trying to get gamers and non-gamers alike in some sort of storytelling, but with an interactive twist on it. So, like, are you even making, like, traditional video games over there? What are y'all doing?
I think that clearly rules out any kind of multiplayer game. I mean, obviously, probably wasn't going to be happening anyway with Amy Henning. How do you pronounce her last name again?
Amy Henning.
Henning.
Also, we have that Star Wars game with the Division people. Massive, right? I think Massive.
I can't remember.
That one I'm excited for because I just give me a games as service game of Star Wars. Sure, I'm into that. Anyways, beside the point. You continue.
Yeah, but an action adventure game makes sense for this one because of the fact it's the safer bet. If you don't have to worry about a big multiplayer element and feeding it more and more as the game goes on, because obviously the goal of multiplayer is you want to keep making money off of it. It's not just a one-time release, one and done thing. So it makes sense that a new company going into video games would just want to make a classic, action adventure game. And I think they actually did make a really damn good decision of choosing Amy Henning to do this project. So as you said, there's not really much we can say about the game itself because it's not coming out for years. We don't even know what the concept is. We don't know the setting. Yeah. We don't know anything. But,
also, what's going on with this Marvel project.
Yeah. You think that'll come way before this ever sees the light of day.
Yeah, which is my thing of, like, so what form do these take place in? Are these VR games? Are they your classic action-adventure game? Is the Marvel thing even a video game? Or is it just going to be some kind of cool interactive project thing? Like a choose-your-own-adventure style thing? I don't know. We'll find out. With time, but as of right now, we can only hypothesize. But I'm also very excited for Amy Henning, being burned by, being on a series of just things not working out for her, being burned by Uncharted 4. There were quotes from Nolan North that said they were 70% through shooting Uncharted 4, and then things happened. Like everything got scrapped, they had to redo everything like that. Like she really got fucking dealt a pretty shitty hand on Uncharted 4, and then to jump straight into the Visceral game, which got canceled quite a while into that. Like it's shocking that she's even still wanting to do any type of AAA work and work with these big names anyways. Granted, it's Star Wars, and Amy Henning is a little older, so she probably she talks of being 12 in 1977. So it's a big like Star Wars was targeted for her at all times. So it's probably a big deal, and probably why she's into storytelling now is because of fucking Star Wars. So like for now, her to be able to put her twist on it, even though it's probably not her original wanting or her original idea of a twist, but like to be able to still create in that space is cool. It's a really cool story for her.
Hopefully she doesn't have a lot of interference screwing her work over again this time around.
I don't think she will, because it's her studio now. So as long as it doesn't just like fully get pulled under the rug, and I assume she's got games under her belt, multiple games for multiple decades now. So like she's not new to this by any means.
No.
Do you have any interest in an Uncharted-like Star Wars game, which is what I'm assuming is happening?
Yeah.
Jeez,
I don't want it to
maybe?
be. I don't want it to be about Jedi. I think a nice, less Jedi-focused experience, maybe even something revolving around smugglers, would be a
Like
more interesting thing for me.
That's what I was thinking. A Han Solo rogue
Yeah.
type, which is what Nathan Drake was Indiana Jones, but Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, Han Solo.
More scummier than like Harrison Ford's. A lot of people compare him to Indiana Jones. Definitely isn't as honorable. That's not really, he's not a dishonorable evil person.
You think
but
Han Solo is honorable?
No, I was just saying Indiana Jones. Han Solo is definitely very similar too. Because
Indiana Jones is pretty scummy too, dog.
Is he that scummy?
Yeah, he's
He
pretty
wants to
scummy,
put it
bro.
in a museum.
Nah, but he's like, sleeping with women, throwing them around.
Yeah. Well, he put it in a museum.
He does that one time. It belongs in a museum. All right, Harrison. Cool.
But yeah, I'm something like that I would be interested in playing. Yeah. Other than that, my idea of what can be done in the Star Wars universe is pretty varied because it's such a big universe. And if she wants to do any number of crazy plots,
Yeah,
she could do them. Because
I've been screaming this from the rooftops forever now. Star Wars is so big, you could do anything with it.
Yeah.
And the fact that we just keep getting the same shit is really annoying because it's so much bigger than what we have.
Right.
Anyways, speaking of
Bigger?
things coming back,
Yeah. Let's go.
Connor, your first penny of the day, Tales from the Borderlands is back. Maybe. Kind of. Sort of. So, Gearbox posted on their Twitter with this key art that you're seeing right now on screen. New adventure, new characters, new tales. On an all-new Tales from the Borderlands is coming in 2022 from Gearbox and 2K. This is tweeted April 21st.
Yep. I mean,
that's it. That's all we got.
yeah, it's new, so that's why it's here.
Yeah.
Both of us have played the original Tales from the
you played it?
Borderlands. Yeah, remember?
No.
Yeah, played it all the way through.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great game. It's a
So
very,
good.
very fun game. So now it's not being made by the same exact people.
No.
So
Telltale infamously got shut down.
And-
They did re-recruit some of those people, but a large percentage of that creative team is no longer here. But this, alongside, The Wolf Among Us Season 2 is coming. They finished out their Walking Dead stuff. They did something else that I can't
I need to
remember
play
right
The Wolf
now.
Among Us.
I'd started it back in the day, but I fell off for no reason in particular. Can you
Yeah.
even get those games?
I'm assuming you have to be able to, right? It's on
Somewhere.
PS4.
Do I own them? I do own them.
You have to own them. I would
think
assume you
own
would.
them. I think I own them. But can I download them through the PlayStation Store?
We can check later.
We can. We'll find out.
That's
Because I know that was an issue. Is a lot of their games got taken off and it's I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. So this is gonna be a different creative team. Who even knows if it's even gonna be what we really want? But the prospect of it is exciting to me. Tales from the Borderlands is my favorite Telltale game, and of the interactive, story-driven, type of game like this, alongside the Heavy Rains and the Detroit Become Humans and all the Telltale games, Tales from the Borderlands was my favorite. The Until Dawns. Tales from the Borderlands is my favorite. So the idea of returning to that sounds cool. Now they say new adventure, new characters, new tales. I think that's a smart choice. Borderlands 3 specifically, the lore of Borderlands and all the characters we know is a little weird right now, with choices made in that third game, and even the main character whose name I'm forgetting, the Troy Baker character, was voiced by a different actor in the third game, and now it's just weird. I think we should just start over.
Yeah. You think the third game should be retconned? Because no one seemed to like it.
No.
No?
Why? Who cares? You know what I mean?
People seem to hate on it, so it's kind of weird to adapt from something that people hated. I'd say that's a big issue. Unless they just completely turned away from anything.
It doesn't matter. Like the Tales games, outside of Scooter, the Tales game, pretty much, played it pretty safe in terms of, the main canon characters, but, but they brought new ones in and told this really impactful, meaningful story. Now we get these like sort of like silhouettes of characters here. Looks like 2 and maybe a droid, or maybe like there's 2 characters hanging out, or maybe that's a bundle of loot. I don't know. But yeah, I'm on board, but cautiously.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 biggest issues I have with this, none of it's outright like a criticism or a definite worry, but as I said before, Telltale is not handling this game, so it is kind of weird to try to deliver that same exact
But
experience.
pieces of that team are still there.
Which is true. That's also true.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Borderlands, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, from what you said, the writing's actually pretty fun. It's charming. It's entertaining. Yeah. But the last mainline Borderlands game was not. I mean, people removed the audio files from that game because they didn't want to hear the dialogue in it. So
it was atrocious.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
And like I said, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, like you said, it sounds good, but was that just a return to how the game used to sound like, and it was just kind of a fluke, or was it, is the Borderlands 3 the norm?
I would assume 3 was the fluke.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I really do.
I mean, we'll see. I'm shocked that this is coming. Excuse me, this year.
Yeah, it'd be fun to play.
I mean, we'll see, but like, no trailer, no anything, just some key art and a quick announcement. Okay.
I don't think there's reason to be upset about that, or worrisome about that.
Even like Wolf Among Us Season 2, like all it was a title screen, but it at least got like a trailer on YouTube that you could watch, and it was it set the tone.
Yeah, Tales was not as well. I mean, I think it was the best one out of all the Telltale games, but it was probably on the lower end of the popularity in terms of Telltale games. So that's probably another reason why.
Yeah, I mean, things like Batman and The Walking Dead and even Wolf Among Us, towered over Tales. I think the only one that didn't hit, out of this sector was Game of Thrones, but I think that's because the Game of Thrones game was fine from all. Like, I got halfway through that first episode, got bored, and stopped.
Yeah, it didn't seem all that great.
Exactly. So, there's that. But cool, interesting. Looking forward to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll move on.
Hopefully hear more soon.
Hopefully. Connor, moving on to my second penny, our third topic of the day. This one probably going to take up a good bulk of conversation here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's quite a bit of reading, so stick with me, people. We're going to be there. So, pulling a Kotaku article by Ethan Gach, report, private equity eyeing Ubisoft as the next big gaming acquisition. Private equity firms could be beginning to circle over Ubisoft, Bloomberg reported Friday. Talks are early, but include interests from firms like Blackstone Inc. and KKR & Co. Even if it's not private equity, senior, current, and former Ubisoft developers Kotaku has spoken with in recent months believe the company will eventually sell to someone amid a flagging stock price and ongoing production struggles. Bloomberg reports that Blackstone and KKR & Company, the 2 biggest private equity firms in the world, have been, quote, studying the French business and have preliminary takeover interest in Ubisoft. But that the company hasn't yet entered into any serious negotiations with potential acquirers. According to Kotaku sources, Ubisoft has been working closely with several outside consultancy firms in recent years to audit various parts of its business. While companies will do this to become more profitable and prepare for the future, sources Kotaku spoke with suggest it's a sign Ubisoft's trying to tidy up its books for a potential sale. On a wave of recent big gaming acquisitions that include GTA publisher Take-Two buying Zynga, Sony buying Bungie, and Microsoft's $69 billion deal to absorb Activision Blizzard, it seems like a game of eat or be eaten for those who remain. EA CEO Andrew Wilson said as much in an earnings call earlier this year, in which he placed the FIFA publisher, firmly in the big fish looking to eat other fish camp. Lord alive. That's scary. Ubisoft has been more coy about its survival strategy. When asked in its most recent earnings call why the French publisher seemingly hadn't received any bid interest, CFO Frederic Duguet said he wouldn't speculate on why no offer had been made, before being corrected by CEO and co-founder Yves Guillemot. The company, Guillemot asserted, was neither confirming nor denying if potential buyers had approached it. If someone did want to buy Ubisoft, they would be potentially getting it at a huge discount. The stock was over $110 a share in July 2018. Now it's at $41. But they would still need to go through the Guillemot family, which is currently estimated to own 15% of just under the $5 billion market cap business. CEO Yves Guillemot famously fended off a hostile takeover attempt by French media conglomerate Vivendi after securing funding from Tencent and others in 2018. But some sources currently and formerly within the company now believe the 35 video game industry veteran might be looking for an exit strategy. They point to the departure of his son, Charlie Guillemot, last year, resulting in no relatives left to take over the family business. Ubisoft had also been hit by an ongoing wave of attrition among its senior talent. It continues to struggle with the aftermath of a workplace reckoning over sexual misconduct that began in the summer of 2020. And some of its biggest projects continue to face upheaval, delays, or be trapped in development hell. As Bloomberg reported in February, Ubisoft decided to turn one of Assassin's Creed Valhalla's planned DLCs into a standalone stopgap game to help patch holes in its release calendar over the next 18 months. In the meantime, the next Far Cry, Ghost Recon, and full-fledged Assassin's Creed games remain further out than Ubisoft had previously planned, according to 3 sources familiar with their development. When asked to comment, a spokesperson for Ubisoft sent Kotaku the following statement, quote, "We don't comment on rumors or speculation. Ubisoft has outmatched creative and production capacities with more than 20,000 talented people collaborating across our global studios on game development. Thanks to them and to our long-term approach and appetite for taking creative risks, we have built some of the industry's strongest proprietary brands and have many promising new brands and projects on the horizon. We also have one of the industry's deepest and most diversified portfolios, cutting-edge services and technologies, and a large and growing community of engaged players. As a result, we're ideally positioned to capitalize on the rapid industry growth and platform opportunities that are emerging right now." And then correction, a previous version of this post referenced the wrong Ubisoft stock ticker. Okay, that was a lot.
Yeah.
And it very quickly goes into business talk with both me and Connor are just 2 idiots who like to talk. So, what was that fucking face?
Stupid numbers. But thankfully, we don't have the expertise to talk on that. We should count that as a blessing, Tavin, to not be a businessman. Don't want to be that. Never be that.
So, this honestly doesn't surprise me that much.
No.
The most surprising part about this is that they worked so hard to get Vivendi off their back. Just to a few years later be like, okay, well, let's sell anyway. But Vivendi arguably was not, looking for the best business practices for Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this has a lot of different potentials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potentials.
There's a lot of potentials. Worst case scenario, I think, is we see the dissolvement of the Ubisoft brand entirely. Not anytime soon. I'm talking 5-10 years down the line. We just see it all go away.
Mm-hmm.
Could happen. Turn into something else. Be absorbed and unified into one other thing. Who knows, And what happens to all those IPs that Ubisoft owns? Splinter Cell, Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, the list goes on. I don't know. Anything. Could this just be talk, some speculation, nothing's going to happen? Possibly. We saw WB Games do something similar 2 years ago now, where they were looking to be acquired by, I believe the rumors were saying Microsoft, but it just never really happened.
Business deals are a fickle thing.
They're tough.
Yeah.
They're tough to nail out. And so private equity group handling it gives me pause because, those companies don't know anything about gaming. They don't know how to make games. And, they might be buying into something, expecting one thing, and getting something else entirely. Who knows?
Yeah. And I'm kind of in agreement with Ubisoft's statement on it, where they, there's not really a reason to confirm or deny it right now.
Oh, God, no. God, no. Any type of that would be a terrible idea to do. No. We're not saying anything right now. We're keeping all of our cards close to the chest.
Mm-hmm.
So on and so forth. But we are seeing a decline in general from Ubisoft products. Assassin's Creed was on a bit of an upswing. Valhalla was not a downward slope, but I would say it was kind of a plateau from where Odyssey left us on. And I think in general the fanfare was quite dampened after Valhalla. Would you say that as someone who didn't really play Valhalla, right?
It didn't do the best job of doing a lot to bring me in. I mean, the big selling point of it was, the PS5 is out, and it's one of the games that take advantage of the PS5's system.
Yeah.
When it branded itself as that, when especially a lot of people couldn't get the PS5.
Yeah.
And it not really including any interesting new Assassin's Creed mechanics did make it seem kind of underwhelming. And the new Assassin's Creed stuff that we're also getting, I don't know what's going to happen to that stuff.
Yeah, so Assassin's Creed Future's up in the air. Far Cry, did anybody fucking care about Far Cry 6? You know what I'm saying? I heard 0 on top of 0 about that. That game came out this year, right?
It did. No.
Was that last year?
Last year.
That was last year?
I think it was in November of last year.
Oh, fuck, dude. And see, I can't even fucking remember. And that should say a lot about a Far Cry game, because 3 and 4, I was on that shit. 5, nah. 6, couldn't care less.
Mm-hmm.
That should tell you a lot. Division, up in the air. Obviously, those guys are working on a Star Wars game right now. Nobody seems to be wanting to talk about that, but that's super exciting to me. And then, Rainbow Six, kind of just doing its thing, living on. For Honor came and went. I know
they're still doing things for it, though.
They're doing things for it. Good for you, Colin.
They have not
I'm very
stopped.
happy for you. Very happy that they're doing things for you.
At least it's making enough money to keep on giving us small content. That's all I care about. Yeah, but
And then Splinter Cell. I mean, sure, we've got that remake coming, I guess, but Splinter Cell more or less being a dead franchise. Prince of Persia, again, a remake coming, I guess, but also more or less being a dead franchise. There's Ghost Recon. It seems like that last one, Breakpoint, damaged the brand quite a bit. So we're all just as an industry feeling this overwhelming fatigue, and then Watch Dogs Legion did nothing. Feeling this fatigue from Ubisoft games. Kind of only with the exception of Assassin's Creed, but even Assassin's Creed isn't what it used to be anymore.
Yeah, it had a big resurgence with Odyssey, but then died down.
Oh, Origins, but into Odyssey.
It ended with Odyssey. I should specify. Origins began it.
Yeah.
It makes sense if they were to be bought out. Speculation time. Mm-hmm. Who do you think would be most likely to do it?
Oh, I think it's gonna be one of these private equities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they're too big. They're so big they would require a multi-billion-dollar deal. Not as big as Activision Blizzard, so maybe, I don't know. I'm pulling numbers out of my ass just to kind of give a scale so that people understand. They would be bigger than a Bethesda purchase, but they would be smaller than a Activision Blizzard. $20 billion? I don't fucking know. This amount of money doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But just to kind of give you the scale of what we're working at. So I think we're too big for Sony. EA, wants to get into this game. Who even knows? Also, Sony cares so much about their fucking portfolio that, the last 4 games not performing, I don't think entices them in any way. Microsoft, I would assume, is now going to pump the brakes and be like, okay, let's put some games out now, and get this Game Pass money flowing for a little bit. And so you look around and you go, I don't think our big guys are the ones who are going to buy it. I think it's going to be an outside industry company that's looking for profit margins and so forth, and sees a good opportunity here with Ubisoft. Which, okay. Cool. What happens from there? Business as usual? More? What was the other game that's getting a sequel that everybody was really had a fat pig on it?
Oh, Beyond Good and Evil.
Beyond
But that's also entered into
development hell, along with Skull and Bones. But yeah, what is the fate of Ubisoft? I don't fucking know, man. It's tough. Doesn't look super bright to me, but maybe we can turn this ship around, and a new management can put us on the right track, and so maybe we're gonna get the same level of quality of games on Ubisoft's good days. Nothing crazy will happen, but maybe it'll be enough to stop the downward trend. Hopefully.
Ubisoft has not looked in the best spot. This is probably one of the worst positions they've been in the past couple of years as far as the fate of their company lies.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, but we'll see. It all just kind of depends. What do you think?
Not even. I don't even think like with all of the brand of Ubisoft having all of the accusations against them and the bad press. That alone is enough, I think, to deter many other companies, even EA to a certain extent. We've mentioned before
Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, which if they didn't do that, I could see them doing this, taking the opportunity to seize control of Ubisoft.
Yeah,
but they're not buying Ubisoft.
No.
It's
there's no way.
No way.
Why would you?
Yeah, so as far as them being the best potential for them to fix their brand, with that out the window, I don't really know who else would want to take them up on that solely for that reason. Not even including the fact that the games just haven't made as much money as they planned to. The last releases they've done, it's kind of. I'll be surprised if anybody buys them.
We look down the line and we go, okay, what else do you have?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to end up buying them. I think they're going to have to float on their own.
You think so?
I think that might end up happening. Yeah.
You think it'd be a thing of like they asked for too much or
just no one else wants to get involved. Yeah, I guess if they ask for too much or just no one wants to take on Ubisoft as a company right now.
I don't know, man. The outside equities.
They have lots of money. They're the big wild card, but they are while they can buy anything, they can also pass on buying something as well. It's who knows.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the most ultimate wait and sees, alongside 3 other stories of wait and sees.
Yeah. It's like that's a lot of what our stories are.
Oh, it's almost as if this industry moves pretty slowly, but also very fast.
Yeah.
Connor, moving on to the final topic of the day. Your second penny. God of War, Ragnarok. Maybe it's coming this year. Maybe all of the speculation that maybe it won't. Maybe it's all for naught. We'll find out. So anyways, we're pulling a VGC article by Chris Scullion here that you can look at. But really, we don't even really need all of this. It's really just to post that Wednesday, Sony Santa Monica tweeted a video with Corey Barlog where he said, hey, I know y'all are excited. Thanks for being patient. We've got something coming. Appreciate, just wait a little longer and we'll show you. Once we have it, what is the actual quote? I don't remember. It said something along the lines of like, once we're ready to talk, we're gonna blow our load, like kind of talk. And then almost like immediately, the video. So jumping to the article here, the video was also tweeted by the game's animation director Bruno Velasquez, who was asked by a follower, Bruno, reassure us that it will come this year 100%. Velasquez did, as the follower asked, category replying, quote, Ragnarok is coming this year. Hey Bruno, I don't think you were supposed to do that, buddy. I think they were. I think you were supposed to be quiet and wait for the official announcement of an actual release date or something, buddy. Like,
unless
I think that might have blown a little bit of an NDA, my friend. Like,
see, my issue thinking him doing something like that is he's the art director.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of developers who work on video games. I could easily see someone far down the line saying something randomly on a Twitter post, and then they weren't supposed to say that. But in a way, I can also see this as being just kind of a measured move of, okay, so if someone asks you about this kind of stuff, you can go ahead and say when it's coming out or when it's planning to come out.
Chance.
I mean,
not a chance in hell.
Because it's like, oh, here we are. Here, one of our developers, they said it's coming this year. It's like, oh, whatever, right?
Not a chance.
I could see that.
Not
happen.
a chance in hell.
You could easily see that happen.
I mean, they easily spin the quote and go, "Oh, yeah," because we did think it was coming this year, and it turns out, game development's hard. The pandemic is left us in this scenario, and it's, we have to delay to this year. But like, PlayStation has learned this lesson time and time and time and time again. The most recent example probably being The Last of Us Part 2, where they gave us a release date and then 2 weeks later delayed it. And hopefully that's the last example of that happening. But we'll find out. But I mean, since then, like, Sony's been playing it pretty close to the chest. And if you look at it in this first wave of PlayStation 5 titles, this is actually where the conversation gets interesting to me. First of all, pause. Do you think Ragnarok is coming this year? Yes or no?
I mean, I kind of always figured it was coming this year.
Yeah.
They never obviously confirmed anything, but
We got a lot of year left.
we do got a lot of year left, and
Yeah.
it was kind of the trajectory of where the game has been going since since its announcement, since we've seen gameplay of it. It's like, okay, they're probably the next big thing is it's going to be this year. It just from the footage I've seen, from how they've been talking about it,
Yeah.
it makes sense for it to be this year and
Well,
not another year.
There's a lot going into it. First of all, it is a PS4 and a PS5 game. It seems to be using all pretty much the same engine and systems as the last game. Granted, probably expanded upon in terms of combat and enemy designs and enemy variants and stuff like that. Maybe a bigger game. I don't necessarily need a bigger game, but
Sizable enough from how it was
you
before.
know, we can get an upgrade from that last one. We could be a little bigger than that last one, but the last one's big. So like there's no need to go too much bigger. They could even go a little smaller, and I wouldn't be mad about that either. We're gonna get new realms, which means new assets and all these new things. So there's all of that expanded upon story and so forth. It's a new director. It's not Cory Barlog directing this one, but I guess he's working on some unannounced project with Santa Monica. I don't fucking know. So there's a lot of things that like make you go, okay, this isn't like something that like is. You think about it and it's like, there's no reason that this game should be in development hell, or this game like they should have a pretty good idea of where they are in this process. It's built off the back of all the legwork they did in the last one. Now, I'm not trying to say that this one is easy. I'm sure they're working their asses off and getting their asses kicked in this. Even in the video Cory Barlog posted, he looks tired. He looks a little tired. All of that, and then if you kind of just look at sort of how PlayStation runs their marketing cycles. This is the last title that was announced in the PlayStation 5 reveal event. Like this is the only one that hasn't come out yet. Like Horizon's out, Returnal's out, Spider-Man Miles Morales,
Assassin's Creed Ragnarok? Was that there?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Close. They talked about Ragnarok in Valhalla. It was a very close things there. God of War Ragnarok is the only one that was from that, marketing cycle that hasn't been released. So if you really call this like the first wave of PlayStation 5, this is kind of the period at the end of that sentence with Ragnarok. From there, we move on and we've got Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, and that's very clearly like the next wave that will also go along with whatever Naughty Dog's working on, and Ghost of Tsushima 2 or whatever, and then whatever happens past that. As of right now, I think it's very clearly like, okay, this is the beat here. So like, I don't see any reason other than some behind-the-scenes development issues as to why this game wouldn't come out this year. Like, there's enough here to have faith that it will hit this year. When? I don't know. If it does, or if it does slip, then it slips. But, I could see a quick... What month are we in now? We're in April.
Yep.
Honestly, they could even still release in September. Like, that's not unrealistic to me.
No.
And they've been working on this game for 4 years now, or 3, 3 to 4 years, somewhere around there. So ideally, it's probably, on its way to coming out.
I would assume so. That's why I'm not surprised if it'll come out this year.
Yeah, well on its way. But
I think ultimately December is going to be the month it comes out, though. I think
December?
I don't know why. It's just the first month that pops into my head.
I was going to put a hard October.
Okay. I thought the other safer bet would be November, but
yeah. October, November feels right for me. But there's still room to be. And let's be honest, the Horizon Forbidden West date came kind of late. Like, we didn't have that date for a while. Like, Returnal's date, I don't think came for a while. Like, they've been purposely holding on to information now for as long as they can because they can.
And that's honestly just the best bet, because you don't want to be premature in your announcement of a release date, because you have a Cyberpunk situation. I think that's the key one people always refer to. Just when the game is almost ready, that's where I'm fine getting a release date.
Yeah. And that's my thing, is they gave us a date, like, to just look at the landscape. Like, we got a date for Starfield last year.
Yeah, I know.
I don't believe that date. Like, that's a new engine, a new game, a new IP. No, that there's no way that date comes out. Like, especially because it's going to be Xbox's first real big Bethesda game. They're going to want that shit to be a banger, you know? There's no need to hold to that date. Whereas PlayStation, they're sitting here, they're like, there's no reason to give them a date, you know? Look at what the first game did. Look at what Ghost did and what Last of Us did in terms of sales. There's just no need. Horizon was successful. Like, there's just no need to give them these things. I'm trying to remember when we got a date for Ratchet. I want to say it wasn't very late, but it like they weren't quick with the date on that one either. You're only gonna find the date it came out. There's no way they're gonna find when it was actually announced. But
Ratchet
Rift Apart is the last one that came out. But Ratchet's out. Miles Morales is out. Forbidden West is out. Returnal is out. Like, we're out of games from that first wave, that first leg of PS5 games. Demon Souls. Now it's just God of War, and then it's on to what's coming next from there. Man, what is Blue Point working on?
It's always the question in the mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is Blue Point?
What do they got
doing?
next? What
Always,
nice little treat do they have cooking up for us?
Right? That's exactly what they do. Every single time it's like a Blue Point game's going to be announced, I'm probably going to play it.
I'm excited.
Probably going to play it.
I'd like that.
Yeah, they've been pretty good at picking what games they're going to remake, and they haven't had a loss yet.
No.
Keep on going.
All great. They've been on a new wave though ever since Shadow. What did they do? What did they do before Shadow? I can't remember.
Eco, I guess.
No, they didn't do Eco. That was the other. No. You're silly, Connor. Because everyone thought it was gonna be Eco, and then it turned out to be Demon Souls, and now everyone's thinking it's gonna be Bloodborne. Guys, surprise, surprise! They're probably gonna do something new.
Yeah, it's not gonna be Bloodborne. I haven't heard that before.
They kind of don't stick to the same shit all the time. I saw someone say Demon Souls 2. I was like, are you fucking stupid? What are you talking about? I'm trying to think. Because they did the Metal Gear Solid. They did they did do the remasters for Shadow and Eco for PS3. And then they did the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection. And then they did the Uncharted Collection. From there, was it just Shadow of the Colossus again, but the full remake version?
I think so. Yeah, and then what had been
remake of Demon Souls? Demon Souls was definitely after Shadow.
Yeah.
But what was there something in between Uncharted and Shadow?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I guess the timeline of that makes sense because the Uncharted collection came out 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. Shadow of the Colossus came out 2018, 2017, something like that. So then that plus, when did Demon Souls come out? 2021? 2020?
Yeah, because it was it was one of the big PS5 games, so it was 2020. Actually.
It had to be 2020. Yeah.
It was the end of 2020.
Yeah.
2018 for Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's
so
how that makes sense. So when are we getting another Blue Point game? Let's say the pandemic threw them off. They got to so 2024.
Reasonable.
Maybe 3. Maybe 3 if they're really on the ball.
I mean, they were able to get out Demon Souls during the pandemic.
Yeah, but you assume, that game was close to mostly done,
That's true, but I just think maybe they had that adjustment period.
Yeah.
They had to get that down for Demon Souls, because I feel like it still had to have interrupted their
and then now with the PlayStation
process.
acquisition, maybe they can grow and expand their team like Housemarque did with Returnal and so forth. I'm so excited for the next Housemarque game. Let me tell you what, man.
Mm-hmm.
Or just give me more Returnal. Give me a full expansion on Returnal. I know we just got the Tower of Sisyphus and the co-op. All that's great. Love that. Connor, when are we playing Returnal?
When I finish killing Chaos, when I finish Triangle Strategy, when I play Catherine, Wolf Among Us, since that's a topic.
You're gonna play Catherine before you play Returnal? When did Catherine come on our list?
Catherine's been interesting me. What? When
You're
did
not gonna
Catherine?
play
Remember we
Catherine.
talked about this?
Was that
You
the
were
game
like,
we talked about last week when I
you
said you're not going to play it?
Yeah, you said when you have you said that about Witcher, but before then,
yeah.
it was about you said you will not. Next time you have free time, play Catherine. You were like, no, she's not going to do that. You still doubted me. So
You would like Catherine. Well,
I know
would
I would.
you? I don't know.
I think
that,
I would.
That game would probably break your brain.
I think I would like it. All I have to do is the thing I know I need to do. That's it.
What do you need?
Well, I can't spoil people.
You're going to choose the bad ending.
No, I'm going to choose the ending I know is good.
All right. Connor, that's it for the news. Let's talk about something that I think will actually probably be wrapping up pretty quickly because I don't have much to say this week. You probably don't have much to say this week. What we've been playing. Connor, what have you been playing?
Elden Ring!
Oh!
I'm nearing up at the end. Oh, yeah, you're surprised. I'm nearing up at the end, I think.
Yeah?
I don't know. I think I always...
Yeah?
I
Remember when you said that for Tales of Arise 4 weeks in a row?
It looked like that game felt like it was going to end before it did. That kept me like, oh, what? But this one actually feels like it's almost going to end. I guess as far as any kind of takeaways that I might have, I enjoyed the game lots.
Game's still good. Good game's still good.
But there was literally something, and I forgot it. So.
Oh,
yeah. I guess one thing that I've noticed about Elden Ring, and maybe when I get into the weeds on this a little bit later on, is since you're in the room, I have to adjust my wording. The non-story story of Souls games is seemingly the most rich in this one in terms of content, in terms of like you would more closely consider this one to have a story than any of the other Souls games because things actually have a mystery.
With what I'm playing right now, I don't know if I would agree with you on that one, sir.
There's a mystery element included of things that you've been told and not knowing the reasons behind them, and they actually tell that in a way that's more structured as a story as you would come to understand it. Tavin.
Okay.
So
cool.
That's one cool thing about this game that I've noticed that
Very neat.
has trumped other ones, at least unless I get into the specific details of the story, because I can only learn so much without reading every item description and inferencing clues.
That's how story beats
It
happen.
It exactly
is by reading item descriptions.
Yes, indeed. But I'll see how much this story gets me more interested as I watch lore videos. But I'm having fun with Elden Ring.
All right, that's great. I have been playing 2 games this week. On stream, I was sitting down and I was playing a whole lot of Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. I meant to talk about it last week, but I forgot because I was talking about Wild West. But I have been I've completed the main story, I've completed every episode. Like the story of every episode. So now I'm going through and I'm doing the collectathon shit. Mm-hmm. I'm getting 100% on every level, doing all the side objectives, running around the open world, accepting side quests, doing all that stuff, finding all the studs, finding all the mini kits. It's a good time. Boy, oh boy. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is glitchy.
It's gotten worse, huh?
Glitchy. It has halted progress on my completion of Episode 9, Episode 2, Episode 3, and I've just got to starting my completion run of Episode 4. I say Episode 9 just because 9 was glitching when I went through it the first time, so I assume it's going to continue glitching the next time. But yeah, there is one level in Episode 3, specifically the General Grievous fight, that I cannot complete.
Why not?
There is a side objective to kill 5 battle droids, 4 Magna Guards, which are the Grievous Guards with the purple staffs, and 5 super battle droids without dying.
Oh.
I've beaten it 4 times without dying. And it just won't go. It just won't happen. And I've killed everything in the level, it just won't let me do it. So I don't know what the secret is to that or anything. And then the Count Dooku fight at the end of Episode 2 glitched. Doesn't work. Can't get it to work.
Until an update comes out.
Until an update. Just waiting for an update.
Yeah, it seems like there's probably going to be a lot of updates to fix all the problems that you seem to be having.
In Episode 2, I have to use force powers to kill a Gungan and a battle droid. The battle droids, 1, aren't spawning. And 2, even if some people are saying they can get it by turning their AI partner into a battle droid and using force attacks on the AI partner, and so that's working for some people. Didn't work for me. But other people are also saying it's just not working in general. Like the droids are spawning, and I am using the force in every way that I can. Like I'm throwing the lightsabers, I'm doing force pushes, I'm throwing objects at them. Like they're doing everything we can, and it just can't. It's just not working. So I'm sure these glitches are going to continue the further along down the line I get. Go ahead.
You know what I think this is, Tavin?
What is it, Connor?
I think this is God's judgment.
Oh.
I do think it's God's judgment.
Yeah?
He's finally casting his light upon you, Tavin. I
Yeah.
believe so. So what I think is happening is it's punishing you for being a trophy claimer, a completionist. Because he knows you are wasting your time. You're being idle.
It's a lot of time,
Idleness
too. I'll tell you what, man. It's a
the
lot of
devil's
time in
work.
this game. It's a big game.
But exactly, Tavin, you're missing my point, though.
Yeah.
Idleness is the devil's handiwork. So the point is, he's punishing you for being a completionist. So you should stop that right now and never do it again.
No.
But you can't beat Star Wars. Something as simple as Lego Star Wars.
I can't beat Star Wars yet, Connor. Star Wars will be. I will conquer this mountain. Listen, Connor, there's so much more game left. You don't understand. I'm at Kyber brick number 300 of 1,000.
And how many Kyber bricks do you get each mission?
Up to 6.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, you're gonna have to. Damn, that's a lot of playthrough.
But a lot of it is in the open world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just gotta go find collectibles in the open world. A lot of it is in the open world, which I've barely touched the open world stuff. I've mainly just been focusing on the levels right now. So I'm through the prequels, with the exception of those 2 missions I can't play. I assume something in episode 9 is broken. I've started episode 4. We'll see.
Well, either way, God's judgment has been cast.
Oh, the first level of episode 4, I was having trouble with, but I think that's just because I'm an idiot. I don't think that's because of me. I think it's
I don't know,
I'm
man.
just an idiot.
Those glitches just keep coming. You never know.
They do keep. I thought the Darth Maul fight glitched on me for a while. Oh, the Darth Maul fight did glitch on me.
You did tell me that.
Yeah,
that's the only one I heard about.
It's for people who know the movie. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Careful.
What a movie it is,
Spoiler
too.
alert.
Darth Maul, he runs down those hallways. The big red laser doors come through. And then it's to the room of nothing, where there's just a giant hole that leads into the fucking planet core, I guess. I don't fucking know. So as you're running through the red laser walls, you're supposed to be solving puzzles, but I ran too quickly. And my AI partner got stuck behind me, and I was in front of him. And so the AI partner had to solve the puzzle. But because I was ahead of that wall, I had initiated the fight, which had locked the camera onto Darth Maul, and any lightsaber wielding character, their camera is locked onto Darth Maul. But Darth Maul was stuck there frozen, waiting for me to solve the puzzles. So if I took control of my AI partner, the camera was stuck on him, so I can't solve the puzzles, but I can't fight him because the fucking game. Also, the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight, I had to replay that like 5 times.
It just didn't work.
And it wasn't even because the objectives were wrong. I would just get to a point where the game would glitch and Anakin would not continue the fight.
Oh, okay.
Like, he just would stop. And I'd be sitting there and be like, what's going on? What is happening? Very frustrating. Very frustrating. Game of the year. No, I'm playing. It's not. Also, what I've been playing, and I have not been playing that much into it. I'm maybe 2 hours in. I haven't even fought a real boss yet. Got to that ogre guy in the beginning who throws you off cliffs.
That is an asshole.
He's an asshole, let me tell you what. But I've been playing Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice. All this Elden Ring talk, man. It's inspired me to play some From Software stuff. But I don't like Elden Ring. So I went back to the game that I was like, hey, I kind of liked that one, and I'm trying that. And let me tell you what, man. Yeah, I like this more.
Mm-hmm.
I like it more. Just moment-to-moment gameplay, I like it more. It's more fun for me. I like the traversal, the grappling hook shit, going back and getting upgrades for your prosthetic tool is all cool.
I'm surprised you didn't take more to it when you first played it.
I think I got stuck on a fight somewhere. Oh yeah, I got stuck on a fight, and then a game came out, and I fell off, and I just never came back.
Yeah, that'll kill it.
But also, I'm a more advanced gamer now than I was 3 years ago.
That's true.
You know, I'm more than what I was. You know what I'm saying? I've played Sifu.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You got the parry system down. In that game. Did it translate to this one?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I press the button, and, when I feel like I should press the button, and it works.
Yeah.
It's a good system though. It's a good parry system in Sekiro.
Yeah, it
works
was a nice
very
way to
very well.
Freshen up the gameplay a lot.
Yeah. Remember the snake? I remember the snake.
Yes.
I haven't gotten to the snake, but I remember the snake.
Scared of the snake?
I am scared of the snake. The snake's scary. I don't like the jump.
The jump?
Yeah, I don't think it worked. I don't think it feels very good. The jumping and the platforming doesn't feel very good.
Really?
Yeah. Specifically, I kind of just wish he had a double jump instead of the jumping off the wall shit, because that shit doesn't feel good. Like where I'm like, just fucking get up there. I know you can get up there. Get up there.
My big feeling with that is I felt like it would kind of break certain moments in the game if you were able to double jump. Like there'd be spammy stuff you could do.
Oh yeah, sure. Maybe. Feels good when you kill somebody though.
Yeah, do the cool, nice execution feel to it when you cut their heads off.
Yeah, there's that
Sound
first like
design.
tutorial like guy who has 2 health bars to like tutorialize that. Hey, some guys have more than 1 health bar. Fucking, he got me the first time. Second time, whooped his ass. Easy money.
Yep.
Easy money. I'll tell you what. I feel like that's gonna be a lot of like my trials and tribulations. Is like first couple times, fuck, this is killing me, and then a time or two after that, I'll be like, all right, I got it.
Yeah, you get it down. I haven't played that game again.
It's a good game. It's pretty.
It's a good. It's a
Also,
good game.
what is this shit about the story? This game has such a story. It's not very good, but it's a story.
Wait. Did I ever say that?
Yeah,
It
you
didn't have a
said
story?
well, you didn't. No, you said Elden Ring has more of a story.
I
than,
guess there's Sekiro, isn't there?
Yeah, so Sekiro definitely more of a narrative happening in Sekiro.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
an
that's
actual, there's characters and.
I guess I was referring to things that don't have a traditional.
There's an
story
antagonist.
outside of that.
There's an actual like, this is your bad guy. Hey, this guy, he fucked you up. Go get his ass.
Mm-hmm.
It just Ghost of Tsushima again, if we're really talking about it, though. You know what I'm saying?
What? No, it's not. One of them is much more grounded. The other one not grounded. That's the difference.
That is true. That is true. Some of us wish Ghost was less grounded.
That would have been nice.
I think so.
I think I was fine with what we got, but I feel like they implemented that. It could have been elevated. Had the potential to be.
Yeah.
It could have made dog shit enemies in comparison to the regular ones.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the DLC
Also,
did good.
For whatever reason, I remember the dogs in Sekiro giving me trouble, or like me being like, yo, they are fucking nothing.
Yeah, they're the easy to get up their stagger bar. Like, when I see one, I'm like,
it's a one-hit thing. I'm not even, and their attack is so, like, I see it coming a mile away. And I'm like, this is easy. I don't know why it gave me pause back in the day, but.
best dog in any Souls game, because I'm counting Sekiro a Souls game, and because they don't spam you or attack spam you, and you don't have the best functions to deal with it.
But yeah, I
They're
did get to
fucking
that. I've the last thing I got to was that ogre who was chained up, and then he breaks free, and then he's not. I'm not having fun with him.
No, I don't like fighting those guys.
Yeah, he's annoying.
Yeah, as much as we were talking about it before, the more human-sized enemies are generally the most fun ones to fight against.
I remember the weird lady that would fly around and throw knives at you.
Yeah,
She was
She's
cool.
cool as hell.
Yeah.
Those bosses are pretty great.
The first guy who's on the horse, I liked that one. The bull, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What the fuck is with the bull?
The issue with Sekiro I found when I played it was that a lot of those bosses, like in Elden Ring and Dark Souls, those big bosses, I don't mind them. I just prefer the human-sized bosses. I never would think they're badly designed in terms of how I fight against them. Sekiro, the big bosses definitely aren't as, like, the weaknesses of them are a lot more focused in this game. Like, because the parry system, you don't feel as cool when you're deflecting the big boss attacks, because usually they're just big meaty hits, like the boar, or they're rushing you, or things like that.
And what's weird is, at least with this ogre, I can't figure out when the hit is coming.
Yeah, the grab move, or just in general?
No, I see the grab move because they make that one very obvious. But like he does like a kick move, or like sometimes he'll just swing at you, and I'm like, I just didn't see that coming. Like I knew an attack was coming, but I have no idea when I was supposed to parry that.
Yeah.
The grabs are annoying though.
Yeah.
Once I get grabbed, I'm like, all right, it's over. All right, let me just fucking reset, I guess.
So yeah, in the beginnings of games, it's like that, but eventually you get to the point where grab attacks don't kill you all in one hit. Especially in Elden Ring, that's the case. As long as you upgrade your vigor, your health. I don't know what it's called in that one.
I don't know. Vitality.
Vitality.
It's called vitality. Yeah.
Don't be a low vitality person.
Do I have to choose in Sekiro? I don't remember having to choose in Sekiro. Do I have to choose to get more health or more? Because they do upgrades differently. It's not a stat based thing. It's ability based in Sekiro.
It's been a while since I played that game.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, it's like a upgrade tree where it's like now you have this move and you can do this.
Oh yeah, they changed it up.
Yeah. So I don't know how the health bar increases. I know it does.
Maybe it's not a factor in this one as much. That no, yeah, you get items. I think
Maybe. I don't know. It's a lot of items.
Hmm.
A lot of items. I'm already confused with the amount of items.
There's no inventory to load, so you just keep going.
I just keep picking them up, I guess. But there's like an item that like increases your chance of finding wealth, and then there's like just money bags that you just find. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, should I do the increased wealth thing and then open up all my money bags? In which case, should I ever get money ever? Because why not just stack up on that and then?
I think that's more of just killing enemies, getting
Maybe
money from getting enemies, rather than just like item pouches to open up.
Also, having to hold square
Point
after
pouches.
killing every enemy is annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they perfected that in Elden Ring. Just click up with triangle. You got it.
Just give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially in Sekiro. If it's a stealth attack and it's a one-hit kill, just give it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Anyways, Connor, we've gone on long enough. We really just dragged this out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for your 2 Penny Gamescast, episode 91. Thank you so much for watching and listening. A reminder, you can catch us every Monday, 8 a.m. Central Time, youtube.com/2pennygamescast, or mainstream podcast services of your choice. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share with a friend. We really, really would appreciate it. You can watch us play live over at twitch.tv/2pennygames, or right now we've got going up in parts the hype Have You Ever Played HYEP of Metal Gear Solid 3. We've got the first 2 parts are out right now. The third part, when you're listening to this, if you're listening to this as soon as it comes out, the third part comes out later today. And then, hopefully maybe I'll sit down and edit parts 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's one of your favorite games of all time. You have to.
Yeah, but Phil's an idiot and sits around and gets caught and then sits in a fucking corner for 10 minutes while his caution bar resets.
So you cut out a lot of that stuff, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, I like supercut it and
Yeah.
get it to function properly. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode. Please see us next time, but until next time, have a great time, and Connor, say goodbye to the people.
Sayonara.
Smooth.
It was not.